fucking pricks.
Let me tell you something. That song, sometimes when I go back, that goes on for 5 minutes while I'm sitting there talking. It's probably still going. What's up, everybody? You're listening to Pulp Diction. Obviously, it's in the title. And I'm here with two special guests on this night. Monk and...
Soda.
Oh, yeah. I gotta put this where we can all... Say saw, dude.
Soda.
Alright, so what are we calling you?
Oh god, we're gonna go through this again? Okay, well...
So we had Udis.
Udis, Bootius,
Udi.
Tootius,
Oh,
Maximus.
good lord, yes, Udi, or...
Udi and the Blowfish.
Oh
Yeah.
god, okay, not Utis then, Jesus. Just call me fucking Fox, alright?
Fox?
Just call me Fox.
Swiggity,
What was,
Swooty, I'm coming
what
for
was
that
your
Udi.
third one?
You mean the second one?
No, it was like
Utis...
Gaelic.
Utis was the first one, that's Greek for no man. Shinnok was the second, and that is Irish for fox. And the pronunciation is
Fox.
from Northern Ireland. Yeah, just call me Fox.
Alright, we're here with Monk and Fox.
See, it's
My
short,
one-syllable brothers.
short, sweet, to the point.
And I'm your host. I'm gonna let you guys pick.
The illustrious...
Illustrious, I like
That's
that.
too many
Shush.
syllables.
The illustrious 16-pound ham. You can just call him...
Hyphen
Yes, exactly. It's a
16-pound hammer.
That's-
You can
that's-
call me Six.
Okay.
SixMunkFox.
Six.
Feels like a
Fox.
fucking
Yeah, that's
goddamn...
that's like
Army
Six
call out.
Monk
Yeah, yeah.
Fox.
Tango
That's
Fox.
a title right there.
the 6 monk fox.
You know how many
Alright.
downloads it's gonna get?
Why am I-
At least 2.
Why am I at the end?
Yeah, I think I might do it.
Why am I at
You
the end?
gotta leave them wanting more.
Well...
You're the suspense.
Oh, am I?
Fox
Fair enough.
Monk 6?
No, just fuck it. Six Monk Fox.
6 Fox Monk.
Yeah,
Stop
see,
it.
you complain, but when you hear it in another order, you're like, wow,
No, I know.
that's pretty fucking terrible.
Thank you,
That's
Monk.
right.
6 monks. 6 Monk, Foxy Cleopatra.
Alright, Jesus Christ. Foxy Cleopatra. Anywho.
So you had one more name?
No, that was it. I mean, I
okay.
could think of something,
Can
but...
I see that tattoo?
Yes, you may. Hold on, viewers.
My tattoo?
You've seen these before. Look at it right there.
The 13?
Yeah, there's 13. Underneath that is Odusami. And then branded on the fox is Utis.
It's 2 foxes. One's they're doing yoga.
No, they're not. Shut up. I have an
Oh my
Ouroboros.
God.
Leave me alone.
That is one elastic fox.
Indeed. No, yeah, I mean, I didn't have, like, a clear idea for what it was gonna look like artistically, but I just knew that I wanted an Ouroboros of a fox.
You have tattoos?
I have,
Excuse me.
how many do I have? I think I have 10 tattoos.
Really? I thought it was more than that.
Like-
I was thinking of Mark. Mark's got, like, what, 20 plus?
Yeah, Mark's plastered.
Well...
Well, it's funny because every time he's walked into a studio,
Hmm.
his tattoos from the Navy are like relics in the tattoo world.
Right.
They're like Navy traditional tattoos. So they're like everyone kind of gathers around and like, oh, look how fucking old this is and all this shit, and it's hysterical. But he has thousands of dollars worth of tattoos at this point.
Yeah.
And my mum has always said, like, she's just gonna, when he dies, she's just gonna skin him and frame it because it's just artwork. It's really fucking dark and grotesque, but at the same time,
just
it's,
go
I
full
get
leather,
it. I
go
get
full
it, dude.
Leatherface. Make a lampshade
Imagine
with
this.
the skin.
yeah,
Here's
it's
a
like,
scenario.
it's like Leatherface, but Picasso.
I mean, with minus the dicks, because
Picasso face.
he liked his dicks.
Yeah, well, actually, he does have a shark on his
Right,
forearm
that your mom thinks is a fucking dick.
with an anchor, like, or like a giant hook going through the shark's back and out the stomach. That now that it's faded enough, my mom just thinks that it's just a giant fucking metal penis hanging out the shark.
Well, where's the helmet? That's my question. What's the helmet?
You need to see the hook on the end of this fucking
I have
hook, bro.
I have seen it. It's just been a minute.
Is the hook circumcised?
No, it is
It's clean cut. It's clean cut. There's no.
It's a fupa hook.
Yeah, there's
a fupa.
there's no.
Schmegma.
Oh God!
Liquid hot schmegma.
Why are we? No.
There's no room for bacteria or anything like that in the hook itself.
See, that's my thing. People call it male genital mutilation. I'm just like, I mean, yeah.
Whoa, what?
So people, So there's, genital mutilation. People are fairly much against the idea of, like, female genital mutilation, where there are so many fucking ways it can take that. And yes, that is pretty fucking messed up and has no benefit to the individual that has it take place, because they can do any number of things, such as sew up the actual vaginal entry. They can cut off the exterior labia majora at times. They will also at times take they will prick, perhaps, just the very...
Oh, hold on. I just got a notification. My podcast has been discontinued.
Stop it! Regardless, a lot of really fucked up things can be done to young girls within various societies, cultures, whatever the fuck, and it's generally for just like a, to keep the girl virginal and, prevent, early sex, this, that, the other, and yeah, it more often than not has very bad repercussions for the, woman in question later on in life. Now, circumcision for males, again, kind of rooted within religious background and blah-de-blah, but at the same time, we've come to find that, if you have your foreskin, which a number of people within the modern world still kind of do, in the U.S. it's more common than not to get circumcised, but you can get bacterial buildup along with just, the natural sweat and other various, shit that builds up within there. And
Speaking of
you
vaginas,
can get smegma and it's horrible. Dick cheese, duck butter.
we
Never heard
just
that before?
Duck butter.
Duck butter, man. It is just greasy and
It's the thing. Duck butter.
I mean, that's what
I don't think I've ever heard a 5-minute scientific explanation on duck butter.
You're welcome.
Duck butter.
Speaking of vaginas, you've been thinking about babies. Right?
Why do you have to? That is. Why do you have to put it like
sounds bad when I say it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you were talking about,
Very much.
I actually don't want to say that.
Speaking of,
No, yeah, let's not say.
butter.
All right, so moving on. Yes, I have been thinking about babies, but not in that way. Christ, the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Because a friend of mine just recently had his first kid, and
his life is over.
No, his life as a
The
father.
kids?
Please don't.
It's 2017, bro.
It's
he's
current-
basically a born
It's
me.
good to
It's
be a
current
baby.
year.
It's babies are hot right now.
Are they? I mean, I don't know. It depends on where you are.
You're gonna make me sound pervy.
You're making yourself sound pervy. Anyway, but yes, no, babies.
All right,
I went and got to see the birth, not actually, but afterward, obviously, and I got to hold a baby, and babies make me sad, and I cry more often.
Why is that?
Because, I don't know, one, there's a dream associated with kids in that kind of sense, but I'll get to that in a second, put that on burner, but it's more along the lines of...
Turn the burner on.
Yeah. There's this thing, right, that, in that moment is only so many minutes, hours old in this world, and it... Oh, fuck you, goddammit.
It's fine.
Are you sure? Careful.
Save the art.
Save the art, Christ. Alright, here, I got it. There's this thing, and yeah, it's just brand new, totally unsullied by anything within this...
Call me 16-pound fuck up.
Well, they ought to continue. And it's so pure, so innocent, nothing... It hasn't done anything. It can't do anything. It's just this little helpless thing.
It's a little 16-pound ham.
I mean, I did have a cousin that was...
This guy's 5.
Yeah, it's 5 pounds,
I
5
hope it's
ounces.
not 16.
If a 16-pound baby ever comes out to be, that I fear for the woman. But...
I fear for the baby, honestly.
That's true too. But it hasn't done anything, and it is helpless, and it's been thrust into this world, or pushed, however the hell you want to put it, totally out of its own will. None of us are here by choice. We're all kind of handed this raw deal because our parents, or whoever the fuck, decided to fuck and made us. And here we are. None of us asked to be born. And so because of that, we have to live. We have to try. And, yes, human civilization at this point is at, its peak, and it's steadily growing. We're living in the safest era, comparatively to the rest of history as we know it, ever. Which is good to an extent, but at the same time, there's always strife, there's always dark, evil things going on within the world, and to tarnish something, to taint something so pure and innocent as a little baby, by having it basically be forced to have to deal with this shit, it just makes me sad. It's like, you're
yes, yeah.
You're so, looking at the baby, you just can't help but think you're so strong, you're so pure, everything about you is perfect, no matter what you might look like, be like, whatever, and you're going to have to put up with so much of the evil and dark crap within the world, but you're going to, you say it with the hope of they're going to make it through better than us. That's always kind of the hope, I feel like, with kids. We need to make a better world for them. And so, I don't know, the dream I had...
That's the parental drive there.
Yeah.
But I've seen this happen where the kid gets older and then has no appreciation for what the parents... have done. Think about it.
Struggled for, sacrifice.
This became your purpose in life now, to raise this child.
Yeah.
And the child grows up and doesn't understand that you've sacrificed and done.
They don't know what they're taking for granted, because there will be a certain point where it's brought apart, like, you have no idea of the struggle and everything that we went through to get you to where you are at this point, like, in life as a growing adult, and to the point where you're able to kind of, like, leave and find your own independence. It's like there's no way of knowing, like, how it's going to end up being, and and a lot of kids, especially nowadays, take that for granted. They're like,
we ought to have this. We ought to have that. Why don't I have a phone already?
My friend,
10 years old. Why don't I have a phone?
My friend's parents does this, and he has this fucking PlayStation, and it's 2017, and I've got a half fucking broken Atari.
You should be so thankful for the Atari. The Atari was a great system.
Well, exactly, but that just shows age, and for what we have, it was simpler times, and it was being taken for granted in that sense. Has always been a thing, but never as much as when we look back to when we were kids. But then again, as you go on to saying that we never asked for life and stuff. It's something that happened, and it is, a lot of people see it as a blessing or a curse. In my mind, it is a blessing. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be able to talk about this with you guys, because inevitably, if that was the circumstance, it would have never have happened.
No,
So get this. This is why I'm terrified of having children. 2 reasons.
All right.
Okay? The child grows up and doesn't have that comprehension or understanding
of appreciation
and, like, doesn't
Gratitude.
understand what it took to give them the things that they needed, right?
Right.
There's that scenario. And then years of your life have gone by, and you spent your life doing this thing that now can come to resent you. Or...
This thing.
Or... the other side of it, you don't do well as a parent.
Well, there's a blessing in that as well. Like, you don't do well as a parent in your mind as a parent, but your kid grows up just understanding, that struggle, and knowing that, say, one of his friends has everything that he's never had, but he's not a complete total asshole about it. Like that. There are those things that don't. There are those kids that have those lives where, like, they don't have everything that they see around them, but at the same time, like, they still count their blessings. They're grateful for the struggle. They're grateful, for everything that's been done for them, and also understanding that, and not complaining that their parents weren't able to give them everything that they see other children have from their respective parents. But it shows quality. That particular child is going to grow up and just be hopefully a completely honest and respectful and understanding